What's up guys, I'm GamerMD83 and today I'm going to be talking about the standalone version of Gwent, the card game that a lot of fans fell in love with in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Close ranks! Death to the enemy!
So I never got as hooked on Gwent as other fans have, because fans all over the world actually emailed and sent letters to CD Projekt Red asking them for a standalone version of the card game. So first of all, Gwent is going to be available at release for Xbox One, PC, and PlayStation 4, and it is a free-to-play game. The beta is going to be in September 1st for Xbox One and PC, and then later for PS4. And I urge you guys to sign up for the beta. You can actually sign up now at playgwent.com. And actually, I got to play the game at E3, and let me tell you, I was absolutely blown away by it. Like I said, I wasn't hooked on Gwent in The Witcher 3. I didn't finish all the Gwent quests and the tournaments and all that. I didn't finish those. I didn't even finish collecting a lot of the decks. The only one I have is the Northern Realms. It's not just another card game. It's not just them ripping Gwent out of Witcher 3 and making it its own game. That's what I was wondering. I was like, oh gosh, did they really just rip Gwent out and just make it its own thing? It's not. It's so much more. I was like I said, I was absolutely blown away with the time that they're putting into making this something more than just a Gwent game, making it a Witcher game, which I thought was so cool. So here's the things that make me absolutely excited for this. So first of all, if you've played Blood and Wine, you know that they added a new deck, which is the Skellige deck. So this Gwent game is going to have all the decks. It's going to have the Northern Realms, Nilfgaard. They didn't show off Nilfgaard at E3 because they didn't have it ready, but they are working on it, so it will be there at launch. Skellige, the monsters, and the Scoia'tael. I played as the Scoia'tael and as Skellige. So obviously you collect the cards, and these are also new cards. It's not the same thing. You'll have new cards from what you used in Witcher 3. The cards are actually animated, which I thought was really cool. You could turn them in, they're 3D, so if you turn them around, you could see them moving and stuff. I thought they did a really good job with representing the cards. The decks aren't OP anymore. They're a little more balanced, so that when you go up against your friends, it's not like, oh crap, they've got these really powerful cards and they're just gonna annihilate me, like I've got no chance. It's not like that anymore. Now it's more based off skill, the skill that you use against your opponents, and not so much like what cards you have. I really like that you could craft new cards. You could break down unwanted cards and craft new ones to keep building your deck with different cards. But by far, my favorite thing about Gwent is that it has 3 modes. There's story campaign, there's friendly matches, and there's ranked matches. So the one that just caught me off guard, I was so surprised to see this, is the story campaign one. It's a story mode. It's another little Witcher tale. They play these comic booky scenes, kind of like they do in the Witcher games, where Geralt is narrating what happened in the past and stuff like that. Every now and then when he goes into that narration mode, they play these comic book strips almost of art, and you could hear him talking, and then it will go to the characters like Geralt and whoever is involved standing there, and there's actually dialogue. You could choose your dialogue, what you say and stuff like that, and it's actually the actors, they actually got Doug Cockle to return as Geralt. When you're not in these dialogue situations, you actually get to control this little Geralt where the camera is kind of like a bird's eye view, and you could move as Geralt around the forest or around this map, and you have your trail of where you have to follow to go to your quest, but you could also roam around wherever you want. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. So you could actually go off the trail and investigate other areas, and it'll say right there, what do you want to do? Do you want to, like, when you find something and he's like, ooh, what's this? You could actually investigate it, you could leave it, and you know, they said that later on in the game you would be able to do other things as well, and I was like, oh, that's so I was like, that is too cool. And the way that they incorporated the card game is that the card game is your combat system. You are controlling your Geralt around the map and stuff, and you're talking to people, but once it's time to fight, you use your cards. It goes right to the Gwent table, so that's your combat system, and I thought it was actually really brilliant. So you get the cards of the people, like say you've got some guy on your side and you're doing a quest for him, like you've got his card now and he'll help you with the battle that you're gonna go into. These stories are actually stories and characters within the Witcher universe, so I think they're doing a great job with this game, so I can't urge you guys more, especially if you're a big Witcher fan. You don't have to be a big Gwent fan. Like I said, I'm not a big Gwent player, but I need to play this game, especially for that story campaign. And maybe even with that story campaign, I'll get better at Gwent. I'm not sure if the beta is going to include the single player. They were calling it a single player, but it's also called the story mode or the story campaign. So I don't know if it's going to include that, or if it's just the actual card game where it's just like the friendly matches. Hopefully they include a little bit, at least a mission of the story campaign, so that people could get a good idea of what it looks like, of what it's like, because I think people really need to see this. They need to see the story mode. I wish they had shown that off at the E3 press conference, because I think that is a huge plus for people that weren't huge Gwent players but are Witcher fans. That's a huge like something where it's like, oh wow, like I really need to try this. So hopefully they include it in the beta. The cards also, when you're playing, there's also audio.
Semper Fi!
A word once given will never break.
And when you're playing in story mode, I thought it was really cool as well, because when you're playing your cards, since that is your combat, you're actually playing a mission, you will hear the characters talk. You will hear like the dude that you were doing a mission for example, and you've got his card, he'll be like, oh, what is that? You know, if a monster comes on to the table or something, and they talk, like it's part of the story as well, and I thought that was so cool. At E3, we only played like I guess it was the friendly matches, because I just played another guy that was sitting in front of me, and even then, like, that was super fun. I really, really enjoyed it, and some of the cards are really funny. Like, there's a Roach card with Roach standing on top of a rooftop, and I thought it was really hilarious. But it was a lot of fun, and props to CD Projekt Red for putting this much effort into this card game. You know, not just making it a card game, but making it something more, which is really cool. So again, please go sign up for the beta at playgwent.com. The links will be in the description if you would like. The beta for the PC and the Xbox One comes out in September, and later on it will be for PS4. I don't know when, but I'm sure it won't be too far after. So let me know in the comments down below, which is your favorite deck in Gwent. And if you don't play Gwent that much, and you're like me, where you're stuck with just the Northern Realms, let me know what you think about this whole single player thing, and if it has intrigued you enough to try it out. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.